afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am French Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. Happy Friday, August 2nd of 2024, 3:20 p.m. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Let's say it together. Praise our God, from whom all blessings flow. People, a video was sent to me. I want to thank the person for issuing that to me. Been trying to fact check it. I can't find the actual video. However, I have found stills mentioning that there is a receipt. Yes, an actual receipt. A Bodero in New York. You know, it's just hard for me to even say this, so let me just show it to you. Here it is here. EBT food stamps. Balance is $13,482. EBT cash balance is $4,498.85. And here's the receipt. This was left at a bodega in New York. And yes, it was said that a migrant lady had went shopping there. She left her receipt. And this was done July 31st, 2024 at 4:15 in the 4:15 military time in the PM. People, I didn't mean to disturb your day. Didn't mean to upset you. I don't think this is just a fabrication. This appears to be true. And before we get into this lady's response, I want you to understand something. I did a video, I want to say over a month ago, just thinking about it. It's called the Final Blow. And here it is, the final blow. I believe the Spirit of the Lord gave me a revelation that America will be no more. Judgment has come for a lot of reasons. And the main reason is that we have let this cup fill with apostasy. Yes, apostasy. We are the great Babylon, the whore. And we have done what the Phoenicians have done. We slaughtered a lot of babies. That speaks to God's heart. And so now the judgment of America is upon us.
And why would Joe Biden why would he directly or arguably indirectly co-sign with this madness? What do I mean? When you've seen my videos, you've seen where I've showed videos where it has been said 18 million illegals have come over. Whereas 2 weeks ago, I showed you a guy who's doing a documentary called Treason. Look for the video Treason that's coming out. I want to say August, September, whatever, but look for it. He said 52 million have come over here. That spells a floodgate, which creates disorder. That flurry, we cannot handle that. No business, no group, no established order, no civilization can handle an influx of that many people in a short period of time. If we have to look at this thing spiritually, we have to ask ourselves, how do we get to heaven? Are there prerequisites? Are there requirements? The Bible does say that God is going to look into the Lamb books of life. What is the Lamb books of life? It is a book of accountability. How do you qualify to be in that book? We know it's Jesus. We know that it's Jesus. But then you got to sustain and maintain once you have that relationship, surrender your life to him. We know that. There were no prerequisites for the illegals to come over here. Think about, wrap your mind around it. We just open up the floodgates and let them in. You think heaven's not going to be like that? Because heaven is a place of order. And the earth should reflect the kingdom. The Bible says, let thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It don't say that the kingdom come from the earth, then in heaven. That's out of order. It drops down. I would argue and say that Joe Biden has antichrist behavior. This is out of order. For sake of argument, 35 million in 3.5 years. That's a problem all day. Nobody adjusts that quick. It can't happen. You know, you have various degrees of habits. Some good, some bad. A variety of different customs and cultures. Religious belief and non-religious belief. Voodoo, hoodoo, magic, black magic, witchcraft. All that's coming over. I ain't even talked about the gangs and whatnot. That's a whole different subject on a whole different video. I'm talking about the spiritual aspect at this point. We done brought everything over here in a sandwich. Eat it. And now you want them acclimated. And I'm not hating on them. I want you to understand what's happening. You're going to leave the world behind. You're going to leave the old order behind. And I've already warned you. And it's lots of layers to this movie. You saw the Civil War. You saw the power grid. You saw the ships hitting the bridge. You witnessed. But I'm talking about the spiritual aspect of mankind. How do we expect that many illegals in a short period of time to be acclimated here in America? It cannot happen. This is the final blow. And I had to ask the Holy Spirit, why the final blow? Because the final blow, in my mind, something had to precede to build up to the final blow. I said, what was it, Lord? He said, well, you've been teaching them about the Phoenicians. You've been teaching them how they sacrifice babies. Pearson, that's my heart. Because Adam and Eve, even though when I built them in my image, when I constructed them, they might have been grown in the physical, but they were my infants. They were my children. Those were my babies. That's my heart. And now America, in its deepest, in its darkest sin, the average person doesn't know that America behind the scenes has not only overtly, but covertly killed hundreds of thousands. You feel in what age they are. I can't go there here. I'm like, God, that's deep. He said, yeah, you know it too. You read the books. They don't want them to know. They got graveyards of Phoenicians with babies. They sacrificed to Moloch and Baal and Satan. That's how they roll. That's how they build their kingdoms. That's how they show their allegiance they pledge, they kill, they gotta have blood. It's sacrifice. So they can move, not just on the earth, but throughout the universe. It's blood, because that's life. God blew the breath of life into them babies. Then we flipped it and we spilled it. And now it's constant war everywhere.
Thus the final blow, the payback. Listen to this lady and her aggravation. The caption says $13,000 per month in food stamps and $5,000 in cash, New York City.
This individual left the receipt where she had just bought some food at the bodega. Okay? Her food stamp balance.
Get it off, mama.
Let me make sure I'm getting this right. On her EBT card, her taxpayer funded EBT card, her food stamp balance is $13,401.82
Bang.
for 1 month.
Bang.
That's this individual's food stamp balance
Who y'all
for
voting
1
for?
month.
Who y'all voting for?
Okay? Because when you use your EBT card, it leaves a record of the balance
Of how much
after
y'all left?
you've gone to the store and spent it, whatever.
I
But
didn't even know that until I actually seen this post. But let's rock.
somehow, this was literally never, and yeah, I said it, I'm a
Let's look at that receipt. I showed it to you once before. Here's the receipt. $13,400 balance. Cash balance, $4,498. EBT. Every month. Yesterday, July 31st, 4:15. Wow. I know you're saying, you got people living in the street, veterans living in the street. We living check to check, trying to make it. We got people came over here, ain't paid a dime in Social Security, ain't paid a dime in taxes. And you're getting free housing, free medical, and you're getting cash, and you're getting money. Wow. Let me show you this video of a breakdown from a few months ago, from April.
Just how much asylum seekers are getting in some of our biggest blue cities. Starting right here in New York. If you're a migrant, you're guaranteed housing. Some of them being placed in hotel rooms that average $300 a night. Then a number of those migrants qualify to be part of the $53 million debit card pilot program. That means they are handed $1,000 on a debit card each and every month. Add SNAP benefits on top of that, and we're talking an additional $1,400. In Los Angeles, migrants are given full coverage health insurance and soon could also get $1,000 a month through the city's new guaranteed income pilot program, which is immigration status blind. That means you could get it even if you're not here legally. And in Chicago, they so far have spent $300 million since 2023 on migrants. That's on things like food and even laundry. As part of that spending, it's going towards rental assistance. If you're a migrant there, you could get up to $15,000 annually to help pay for housing. That money routed to non-citizens, and it's angering a lot of Chicago residents.
And now we're going to have the DNC here in a few weeks. I plan on being there. It might be reminiscent of 1968. I'll be careful. A lot of blacks are upset, as well as other groups. The aim is to run the blacks out of their own neighborhood and kill off their community. I am convinced. And then they do the problem, reaction, solution. In my notes, I put down, we will run. Folks will run to Trump. Yet that's a trap as well. Trust me, it is. They play on both sides. You see, that cradle rocks back and forth. What cradle? The judgment that we're in. God is rocking the cradle. On one side of the cradle is the Democratic Party. On the other side is the Republican Party. He's rocking it. That's what's going on. Rocking the cradle. Neither side will give a solution. And God knows socially, that's why he's created a new heaven, new earth. Now, I've said before and I'm gonna say it again. America wasn't made for you. And you can't make great what you didn't recreate. Migration, final blow. It was one of my best talks. It was one of my best talks. To get the full understanding, go to Friendship Pearson, type in the final blow. It will come up. There you get more detail and understanding this. God is bringing judgment on America. There are so many things that we do not know, so many things which are being revealed gradually, and there are things which will never, ever be revealed. Many times they're right in our face, and we'll go into shock. This lady, arguably, she's in shock. Can you blame her? You're getting all that money per month, and you're a non-citizen? Why? Because America wasn't made for you. Not black, no race, no culture here in America. I've said it before, and it's painful, that because the majority of the founding fathers in the research that I have done are part of secret societies, they have an order. That is, they have a devotion. They got a separate charter, different from America. Look on the back of the dollar bill, you see a pyramid. There's a separation in that pyramid. The all-seeing eye, the capstone, is at the top. The rest is the base. The capstone never shares anything until it feels like it. But if you live long enough, you can put it together and you realize the whole objective from the beginning of the founding of this country, although we ratified state after state to become 50 nations, quote unquote, strong, God's blessing shone upon this land. A lot of folks became wealthy, inspired, blessed. A lot of beautiful businesses, Christian and non-Christian. But the sad thing is this: Satan needed a marquee place from which to build, to grow, a foundation with the illusion of prosperity, for freedom, for tomorrow. Yet, it really was a basis so they could grow financially, militarily. Did I say banking? Culturally bankrupt, morally bankrupt, twist the arms, kill, maim, destroy other cultures, other nations, and form them into a system whereby they would go into a one world system. And guess what? The final blow of America is to bring part of those who were overseas
a massive influx in a short period of time, create nothing but instability, because it's impossible in 3.5 years to bring in arguably, let's say 35, maybe even 40 million people and then turn them loose on our society. Give them this type of welfare. Then after X amount of months, you kick the man out on the street because he can't find his way, leaving the women and children barren, yet you can still collect his money. The neighborhoods are taking a hit. That's the blow. To kill off the base of America. And like I said before, if you think it's going to stay in the black neighborhood, no. It's going to spread out. Socially, monetarily, it's going to spread out. These people do not have the same devotion to the country that we have. And the powers that foster this behavior, that take care of them, this is their plan. This is their plan. To dilute whatever that is in America, socially, politically, morally, to kill off all the pillars, kill off all the history, to eventually go after religion, have a actual Bible burning, I'm predicting, and come against Christians and those of any faith, because they want their true God of Ra, who arguably established this thing, along with Akhenaten. These secret societies, their goal and ambition was set from the beginning, 1776 here. Right around that, when that secret organization started, you know what it is? The ILL, you know what it is. I rarely mention it. That's always been the objective. Now with the internet and the devotion being asked upon by the sons and daughters of those who are in those secret groups, you have the bloodline, you have the secret groups, along with the fallen angels, all working in one toward one goal. So again, migration is the final blow. So you would never recognize it again. In modern day terms, you're leaving your world behind. You're leaving your world behind. Not by choice, but by plan. All the hatred and racism and every wedge issue that they came up with and fed it to us. Unfortunately, a lot of us bought into it. When you think about it, it was equally a great distraction. But once those menacing seeds were dropped in our heart and our mind, they just went from one wedge issue to another, one generation after another, to the point they finally have their one world system in place. And now, here comes immigration. So you can never recognize what you ever had. And the disrespect is you're trying to scurry and make ends meet, those who they've assisted to bring over here are living like kings and queens. My name is Friendship Pearson. Listen to it one more time so it can sink in.
This individual left the receipt where she had just bought some food at the bodega. Okay? Her food stamp balance.
Get it off, mama.
Let me make sure I'm getting this right. On her EBT card, her taxpayer funded EBT card, her food stamp balance is $13,401.82
Bang.
for 1 month.
Bang.
That's this individual's food stamp balance
Who y'all
for
voting
1
for?
month.
Who y'all voting for?
Now, Pearson, you never really explained this thing, I believe, thoroughly enough in terms of dollars and cents. Well, pardon me. Just take that one individual, by hundreds of thousands in New York alone. And let's say, for the sake of argument, let's say 20 cities. Can you spell bankruptcy? Can you say laying off school teachers, firemen, policemen, any and everything that's connected to county, state, and local, where funds are generated from taxes? They've already been talking about the last year and a half. And all that they're saying is in relation to what? The current problems that we had, and because an over-bloated budget, of which now we're $35 trillion in a hole as a nation. The final blow, the financial blow of maintaining the immigrants, is what will knock this Humpty Dumpty off the wall. I'm French Shot Pierce. You like the work? It's the hard truth. But somehow, somewhere, we got to maintain till Jesus comes. Is Trump the answer to stabilize this thing for, it looks, maybe 6 to 8 months? I'm not predicting when the Lord comes, but at some point he's got to come. If he's the choice, do what you got to do. Like I said, put salvation on the ballot. Can't go wrong with that. Those of you all who go to Trump rallies, start screaming at the crowd. Put salvation on the ballot. Because if there's ever a time we needed him, we need him now.